Hi, I'm Dan from Eflowtion Support Services, and welcome to this EFT tapping on being the silver screen in life. And it's a strange name, but when we think about being the silver screen, a silver screen is normally a movie screen, and upon the movie screen is normally a projection of a movie, a collection of experiences that a character goes through. Now, sometimes in life we might also encounter a form of psychological projection where we encounter a person experiencing a lot of hurt, a lot of discomfort, and not being able to internally process that, and rather than process, they project these emotions upon a person, and the person receiving that projection is often left wondering, confused, and often hurt. So let's do an EFT tapping on being the silver screen in life, and following along with the tapping and taking full responsibility for your own well-being. Even though I appear to be the silver screen in life, and I'm receiving this projection, it seems to hurt and seems to differ from reality. I still love, forgive, and accept myself, even though this projection that's being projected upon me doesn't seem to be my fears and doesn't seem to be my hurt, but they are being projected upon me and used against me, and it doesn't feel nice. I still love, forgive, and accept myself, even though this movie that's playing upon me, these set of experiences, is quite tumultuous, it's quite turbulent, and it doesn't feel fair. This movie experience, I still love, forgive, and accept myself. All this projection, all this hurt, all this projection upon me, all these words used against me, it's like reality is being turned upside down or completely forgotten about. Like one day my good qualities are suddenly bad qualities, and they get projected upon me, and they get used against me. And these projections that have been casted upon me, they definitely hurt. And they definitely feel not part of my identity, not part of who I truly am. But this projection by another person seems to want to make it stick. Almost makes it want to believe that this movie experience is my experience. So by projecting these beliefs upon me, almost getting me lost in the plot, even though the storyline doesn't add up, then I become those experiences. And it may feel better to watch someone else go through that hurt. So it was hard for the person to experience that hurt. It was hard for the person to go through those experiences. And it was harder for that person to accept those experiences. Those experiences of fear, those experiences of insecurity, those experiences of shame, and those experiences of blame. For a projector doesn't process, they project. And all these feelings, all these emotions, it's hard for them to process. All these sets of experiences. And these experiences may have happened in the past, be it physical or emotional abuse, or they may be happening right now. And it's hard to accept. So it's easier to project and try to get someone else to take the responsibility to process their hurt. And it's not fair for the silver screen to accept these projections, nor is their responsibility to accept these projections. And if we're accepting these projections, if we're allowing it to become part of our identity, even though our own set of experiences differs from what's being projected, and if communication has failed, and it enters into a blame cycle, and in order to preserve one's identity, that silver screen needs to close its curtains and put up some healthy boundaries. I can't process someone else's emotions. I can't process someone else's hurt. I can't relieve them of that hurt. I can't relieve them of those experiences. Because that's the responsibility of the projector. To switch off that projector and start taking care of oneself. And for the person receiving the projection, know that this is not part of your identity. Start to take some self-care. Look back on those experiences. And if they don't measure up, if the storyline just doesn't fit a narrative being told upon you, then once again, it's time to put up some healthy boundaries and take care of one's own needs. And there might be a need to try and fix the other person's. But if they haven't accepted the responsibility by now, then it's going to be a movie that just keeps playing in a loop and just keeps on projecting upon you. So having the ability to respond to one's own needs, having the accountability for one's own needs, isn't blame, it's self-care. For when we know what an issue is within ourselves, we can start to release and start to heal. But we can't heal someone else's projection. I'm giving myself self-love. I'm holding strong to my identity, to my own set of experiences. And that might mean giving the curtain call so I can stay strong to oneself and heal myself and no longer accept someone else's pain, someone else's hurt, so that they can feel better about themselves. So I'm going to start feeling better in myself now, in my sense of self, in mind, body, and spirit. Just taking a deep breath in and out. So yes, any sort of psychological projection where a person is trying to relieve some of their discomfort by forming an identity upon yourself and almost reaffirming and believing in that storyline, even when a history of events may differ to that storyline, then one must take accountability for one's own pain, healing, and once again, accountability is different to blame. But when we recognize a problem, we can start to change a problem. But if the problem keeps looping and keeps happening, then it needs to a change needs to occur. And whatever that is for yourself, be it with loving acceptance and holding strong to your own identity at the end of the day. So I'm Dion from Eflowtion Support Services, and thank you for taking part in this EFT tapping.